Um, this one? Hey, it's been a bit. We're losing sleep day in and day out over here, so remembering hotkeys isn't one of my fortes anymore. But welcome in, everybody. Episode 65 of the Red Fast Review. Cruising right along. This one is called Let the Sparks Fly. We have a new winner in Platinum Tour. We'll get into that in a little bit. A lot went on in the sports world this past weekend. More players going to live. We had the Travelers Championship in the PGA. We also had the Stanley Cup, which a lot of people were very into, and couple different events happening in the baseball world as well. But we'll touch base on all of it. We'll start off with the not so familiar face on the pod, but everyone seems to know him by the name of Ginger Mane. Ginger, welcome back to the pod. How are you?
I'm doing well. Every time I'm introduced or I'm on stream and Bear's around, I just want to reference the reason people know me is because I'm normally in a lot of streams and in a lot of chats. That was my intro to the first Bees Knees Invitational. But anyway,
nope,
yeah,
I'm cutting your intro off. Okay, listen. All right, I was going to be nice and let it play through, but I'm sorry. All right. And every single time, it digs under my skin because I wasn't supposed to be on that broadcast.
Man.
Someone else called off. They're like, I can't do it. I stepped up to the plate and I had no knowledge of the Xbox bracket because I did all of my research on the PC bracket.
Do you remember who the person was before me that you talked about?
Was it MT?
Yeah. No, it wasn't MT. It was someone else.
Of course.
Who was
it? I think it was B-Mel's.
B-Mel's.
And you had...
There's no way.
I'm not saying anything to B-Mel's, but B-Mel's didn't stream at that point.
I probably just had a bunch of numbers.
And you were just like, it was like probably a minute-long intro, and then Ginger's like, yeah, Ginger's, he's a pretty nice guy, apparently. I think.
Apparently.
Seems a lot of chats. A occasional leaderboard guy and on Xbox. Yeah, who's the next guy? It was basically the way it went. All right, so
okay. Just keep twisting the knife. You can continue on with your intro. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. I'm happy to be here. Just had a good opportunity to cut away a little early from the bedtime routine with the kiddos and fill in for the homies. So I'm glad to be here.
Ginger's always one of the main guys that we like to have on, so welcome back and glad to have you back. And we do, as we mentioned, have a little bit of baseball talk where Ginger can definitely weigh in, as he is definitely a guru on the old diamond. Bear's pretty involved on that as well. Bear, how was your weekend? We'll get into the meetups after, so I mean we'll bypass that because we had a couple different meetups, but we'll start off with non-meetup stuff. How was the rest of your week?
Rest of the week, it was a 6-year wedding anniversary on Saturday.
Very nice.
For people that don't know, I know Kilbride loves the ponies. So like a true degenerate, knowing it's a Saturday night. He's stuck in the house. I started sending him pictures of the book and just saying, what horse do you want? So Kilbride ended up winning his race. He ended up winning, what was it? Your 2-to-1 odds.
Yeah.
Right. We made
no,
sure.
No crazy long shot. The favorite was 1-2 though, so it was an overwhelming favorite.
It wasn't. So, wanted to make sure that we're squared up here because that was our agreement.
Cheers. Thank you, Bear.
So,
again, why does this keep stopping? It's so weird.
Where
it keeps.
So we ended up.
Applications.
there's a casino next door, so
Mhm.
we ponies for a bit. Went to the casino. It was the hottest I've been at a casino. Where walked away plus 300 there. So
Very nice. What were we playing at this casino?
Ohio only allows slot machine.
Ooh,
So
okay. Well,
do
I
not.
mean, if you're plus, you're plus.
But what I've found to be a lot of fun is we go with like 3 or 4 people. Everyone puts 20 or $40 in the machine, and we just max bet. And
Max bet's really the only way to go,
Do you
right?
just hammer it, like
is.
try to go through it as fast as possible? It's either
Oh, no.
it's either hit triple digits or lose or get to 0. Because I've done that before. You put 20 in the machine, it's a race to 100 or 0.
And we'll sit there and we'll go, all right, what's our cash out? How are we feeling? You know, we'll like rotate seats, moving around. Like, all right, you sit here. All right. So we make more of a game out of it. So that way it makes the $40 last a little bit longer. Then I had probably the most boring hockey game of my life last night, where I saw 3 shots. So
Bear and Net just going to go to short form on YouTube.
I was gonna say I'm
3 YouTube shorts.
I think I'm just gonna delete it, because there wasn't even anything. Like, all of my commentary is like, wow, I'm really bored. Okay, like what else could I say? Because I couldn't even taunt the other team because they weren't even in our zone.
Yeah, I hear you. But they all can't be winners. But that's pretty good. Not a bad weekend. We'll circle into the meetups. I'll give you a lowdown of my week. This is my last week, full week off of paternity leave. I am back on the regular grind tomorrow. Is my first day back.
Hold on.
I say regular.
You say regular.
Yeah.
Explain your situation.
60% regular. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. I can't complain too much, but it will be a shock going back to work with having both of us off. Through the PFML, like the new law that was passed, each parent gets up to 12 weeks if your work is enrolling in that program. So I've elected to take all of them. So I'm doing 4 weeks up front, which concludes today, and then I'm doing 3-day work weeks, so I can prolong the remaining 8 weeks, and that pushes me all the way through Thanksgiving. So I'm only working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday every week, and I'll have Mondays and Fridays off. So really pushing it out quite a bit.
So real quick, I know that's considered paternity leave, right?
Yes.
It's whatever. All right. It's protected time. They're not going to patrol you and make sure you're actually being a good parent. So are any of those days like days where your wife is going to be like, you know what, I'm going to take the kiddo to go see the family. Why don't you just enjoy the day off? Hence, maybe you have a tea time, anything like that planned on any of those days
It's
off?
funny you mention that. There's a gentleman coming from Belgium over to the United States next month by the name of Fig Jash. Happens to be popping in, and there's a Monday tea time slot that appears to be looming in the works with a gentleman by the name of Moose and McGregor. So that could be in the works. Hopefully, we'll get some pictures. I'm not going to
He's in a lot of streams, a lot of chats. Just kidding. He's a good dude. Good streamer. Sorry, Bear.
Bear's gone. Funny, you guys kind of both have like the similar colors of Fig. I think he's got like an orange and like a dark gray or black color for his colors as well. Anyway, I don't know. I was just looking at your logos and thinking of it. But yeah, very excited for that. That is the only scheduled day though. What's that?
13 minutes for our over-under.
For Moose. Hello, Moose. Glad you could join us. Seems like you have a busy schedule. Moose, how was your weekend? Let's go kick it down to that bottom right-hand corner. That was great.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving right on. Oh, we had a hole-in-one to talk about. It's a damn shame there's no audio that we can put in here. So I guess we just won't talk about that. But
yeah, I mean, he's really not here to talk about it. So
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to those meetups. Let's start first with Mr. Ginger Mane. That one happened first, so we'll go in chronological order here. We'll get to that in a little bit, but I believe, yeah, this one sums it up here. Sports Life are tweeting it out. Looks like a Top Golf.
Right.
Am I correct in assuming that with
It
Mr.
is.
Pleated Pants and Sports Lifer?
So it's similar to Top Golf, but yeah, it's called Big Shots. We met up right beside Texas Motor Speedway in North Fort Worth, real close to Denton.
Yep.
We actually had Pleated was in Denton meeting up with some friends. I got to meet current girlfriend, so that was pretty cool and an honor. But yeah, it was weird. I don't know if it was COVID or if it was like just the first time I've ever met up with somebody like that I only knew virtually. Because there was a lot of like on my end, I didn't talk to any of them about this, but obviously but I felt like maybe in the pod it'd be a good opportunity to just go ahead and be transparent and spill my guts. I was like anxious as hell to like go meet him for the first time, meet Sports Life, and Sports Life and I, we didn't really know each other beforehand. I think we'd said, maybe we were in Pleated's channel at the same time a few times. Other than that, we didn't really know each other. But for the first time to meet somebody like that, it was I was pretty nervous, but finally when we shook hands, little bro hug, and just got to chill and have a couple beers, it was pretty awesome. We had a great time. We had some food, we kicked back a couple of drinks, played a couple of the 2-3 of those games that they have over at Big Shots, which it's like Top Golf, but it's for serious golfers. It can be, I think, a pretty cool experience because you can do a lot of practice there as well. And the golf balls they're only reduced flight balls. They're not golf balls that have like chips in them, so they fly a little weird. They're not like that. They're legitimate golf balls. So it was, but it's a pretty sweet place. So yeah, we got a chance to see Pleated in action.
Pleated, you have a pretty sweet swing, I hear.
I hit the ball surprisingly well considering it's been, I don't know how long. I'm still sore. Like to think that I'm sore after swinging a golf club is like just sounds funny. It's weird to say out loud because that's what I did in college for a little bit. I mean, that's what I did that for 6-7 hours a day. So to think that I'm sore from just a golf swing for this long is to me comical. But yeah, I hit the ball pretty well. Wedge game was surprisingly well because after I take a break for a while, I normally blade the wedge quite a bit and shank it, and I didn't shank one shot, so everything was pretty on point. So it was a pretty good display. It was almost like I had to prove that I'm actually somewhat decent at golf, or I'd lose all credibility with Pleated. So I'm glad that showed.
Right. And how was Pleated swing? He's supposedly a good handicap, but is he just kind of like an unorthodox? I envision Pleated not necessarily a technical guy, but he's hitting it straight every time.
So his club path is the swing is fairly like straightforward, pretty simple. It's a shorter swing, and he repeats the motion pretty consistently, and so it's just on point pretty much. And so I think for him, if he has the right club in his hands, he's going to play really well because it doesn't look like he didn't look like he turned the ball too much left or right. I think if anything, whenever he does, it looks like it's a little draw. It reminded me of a West Texas or a Texas golf swing, just kind of short and sweet, keeps the ball a little bit lower.
Nothing wrong with that.
So maybe he'd subscribe to that, explanation of his golf swing. But it's I was impressed though. I can tell he's a low handicap player.
Yeah. Yeah. What about Mr. Sports Lifer? I don't know much about his IRL game. Is he a decent golfer or just kind of go out there for shits and giggles?
I think he said that he started playing a little bit more recently, but nobody brought their club. I had my clubs in my truck, so I took them with me and Pleated actually at my clubs too. But he borrowed the clubs from the facility there. He had some good shots. But I don't know that he'd played recently, so not a bad showing.
And just to circle back, and I don't know. Well, we'll get to. I'm I'm just trying to multitask here. We'll get to Bear's meetup in a second, or actually, my question was going to be for Bear. Did you meet up with anyone else prior to meeting with Lex this weekend from Twitch? Is this your first meetup?
Nah, let me make sure, because if like I met someone and then Ginger's going to come back and be like, oh, see, I think this is the first time I've ever met someone from Twitch into the real world.
Right. Yeah, and as Moose said, Moose was a little nervous meeting me. We had known each other for like 6-7 years. Me, of course, being the alpha in that relationship, I wasn't nervous at all. But no, meeting like Mac and Sparty and like seeing Moose again. Moose was. I'm trying to think if our golf outing was our first meetup, and then we met M after. It was kind of just that our golf. I remember going to our golf outing, just being so excited. Like, I've known and talked to these people for so long. The golf was the first outing, and there's just so much conversation that could be had with Mac, Sparty, and Moose, and like especially Moose because we had known each other for so long, 6-7 years. And then again, like the second time, it was like nothing. But it was, cool seeing M too. But, meeting people online is definitely interesting. And as Uber says, meeting virtually is the best way to meet women. You don't get rejected as much as often. So, yeah, there you go.
But isn't there something? Do y'all feel that though? Like there's a little level of anxiety, or like before you meet the person IRL.
I was nervous as hell. Like, and it was one of those like I'm not, you don't want to show it. Like you want to sit there and online I get to be like the cocky, like take this
cocky bastard. Yeah, we know.
Again, and it's like I'm meeting Lex, and it was again, I probably haven't gone on an actual date with someone new in 12 years. So it was like the night before I showered. I'm like, all right, I like laid the clothes out that I was going to wear the next day. I'm like, okay, I'll get there super early so that way Lex isn't waiting on me. And I was like, okay, I'll get there. I'll be ready. I'm like, maybe I'll just go to the putting green. I'm like, maybe I'll walk around a little bit. Like, I'm not really sure what to do. And then, of course, like Lex walked up and was like, Bear? And I'm like, oh shit. Like he's like totally ready for this. And I'm like, hi Lex. Like, how's it going? Like
hello, sir.
I don't know. Like, what's up? So it was nice because I mean, Lex just like on stream, it made it so easy. Like, because I've never played the course, so I'm like, I'm not sure where to go. Like, what do we do? And then Lex was just like completely fine with it, and I'm like, all right, he's relaxed. I need to be relaxed. And my first couple of tee shots, it was almost like I'm playing a tournament. Like, all right, I got to make sure I'm impressing Lex, because of course he steps up there and he's like, I haven't been out in a year. And so what does he do? First drive, just stripes it 260, dead nuts straight. And I'm like, oh, so that's his first swing. Like, this is cool.
Yeah, that first tee shot, definitely intimidating. And of course, when I played with Moose, Mac, and Sparty, I shot 89, which is my personal best. And I have yet to even sniff breaking 90 ever again. Like, I don't know what it was, like the adrenaline or whatever. Or like just really like, all right, every single shot, like I'm dialed in. Like I got to impress these people. Like I know what I'm doing or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I remember like they were like, this guy's a complete sandbagger. Yeah, it'll come out the 25th. You'll see the shanks. But, anyways. Let's get to Bear's meet up with Lex. First off, for those who remember, this isn't Lex's first meetup. This was the first his first meetup.
Oh, I got something planned today. I did it in Idaho. I think somebody did a misprint because it should be I did it in Ohio. But giveaway, 2 hours. See you there. You do not want to miss it.
You're definitely not going to want to miss it.
I remember that one, and I was just dying laughing, keeping that under the radar, and having Lex out there. But this was Lex in Ohio, back home. I assume a course somewhere between the two of you guys, or near. You guys are only what 20, 30 minutes apart.
He picked one further north towards me, but
Yeah.
You would
little
do
bit of
that.
spoiler, I didn't pick it. He wanted to go here. It's a really nice course. It's a Pete Dye course. And
Yeah, I've heard of them.
it's because he got an ace on one of the holes here.
Okay.
That
The
wasn't
one in his
the-
bio. If we just click on Lextron, about one of the first things I remember seeing, there it is. Is this the same hole that I'm about to go, watch a clip from?
It
Hole
wasn't
17.
because we talked about how the service was not the best out there, so we basically got 3 holes.
The course you played, it might have been the last time you streamed. Good Park?
Oh, I was
Akron?
asking about the last time because that was the first time I got the idea of like, oh, streaming real golf would be a lot of fun. But
all right, let's check out Bear's Swing. I've already seen it, so I already have a formulated opinion. We'll get Ginger's opinion on Bear's Swing.
Come on in. That ain't coming back. Come on in.
and that was,
So
talk a little before. Yeah,
so him
Lex
running
coming
over there, I'm like, oh boy, that was a shank. But then the fist pump at the end, I'm like, oh, it must have been good.
Was it a fist pump because it was like he could find it?
I mean, it wasn't that far left because, and Lex and I talked about it, Kilbride and I. When I'm hitting my clubs the way I need to, my irons draw left to right. And I wasn't finishing through on a lot of my swings, so my ball would just go straight, which you'd think would be good. But when you're playing it 15 yards to the left,
Look at that swing.
listen.
Uh-oh.
It hit it solid. And it hit a cut
Yeah,
back.
I think when we were
Oh, it hit a
streaming,
car
we
path?
hit our worst shots.
I mean, I heard it hit.
Well, either way, seemed like a good time. Any other highlights from the meetup?
I mean, there was a lot. A lot of the stuff we did off stream was a ton of fun. Like Lex was streaming on the next tee box, and we had 2 older gentlemen behind us, and they're like, "Oh, you're filming?" And Lex is like, "Yeah, we're streaming." Like, and he even said, he goes, "I normally never would say that."
Yeah.
And so when the guys were caught up to us at like 10,
Yeah.
we hit a couple shots, and the guy made a comment of like, well, maybe you could stream that. And it was like, well, wait a second. Now, are we like arguing? Like,
Yeah, you
are
get
we starting this
chirped or like
rivalry?
Yeah.
And so the next hole was like a 360 par 4, that dog leg to the right. And there's a big tree. Lex goes perfectly up and over the tree. And I told him, I go, you cleared the tree. It's fine. And the guy in the cart goes, I heard something. Like, I think you hit the tree. And it was like, no, I think we're fine. And so Lex started like with some little comments, just joking to the guys back and forth of like, because they ended up hitting the tree, and Lex goes, I heard something.
I love those little mind games on the course. It just sucks when you're playing bad and like you're like down on yourself anyways. But like if you're just having a good time and it's like you're just going back and forth, there's nothing like it. Thank you very much, Chewy Party of 5 coming in as well. Go ahead.
It was the most fun I've had shooting over 50 on a front 9.
Yeah.
Where it was just like you're hitting the ball well. We were, even though like the group in front of us was like slower, we were still moving really quick on the greens of like, all right, we're going to rush through, to where probably if we took our time a little bit more and set up and like, all right, I'm going to mark the ball, line it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, probably could have been a little better, but we were just like, let's just hit it, and then we could go sit in the cart and BS a little bit more. So it was a lot of fun.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Well, I'll report on the next meetup. If anyone else out there has a meetup with anyone in Twitch in person, send it our way. It'd be kind of cool just to see first time meetups. So it's one thing if you guys are buddies anyways in real life, but like the first time meetups for over a year period talking online, that's cool stuff. Or even second or third time, just because you make it a point to go see someone you met on Twitch is kind of cool. Moose almost hit an ace this weekend. We'll brush over that since we don't have him here. Almost only, how much do we really care? It's a birdie.
Moose,
Assuming he made the putt.
Such a terrible swing. We've seen it. I hate the fact that you have one and that you were close again. Like, drives me nuts.
Do I have it here right on cue?
Yeah, we're
this is loud. I forgot. So here's Sparty. Sparty's actually been playing really well. He's got a little bit of a weird, like, high knee kick, but he hits the ball great. There's Sparty. Here's Moose. Let's critique his.
Falls over.
I know. And of course, he hits the flag too. Look at this line. Get this man an alignment rod. He's aiming at
way
this
left.
red.
Sorry, way left.
Way left. He's aiming like this little bush here.
Oh wow! Nice little draw coming at it. Sir. Oh! Off the hits.
But yeah, apparently Moose almost gets another ace. Like, on top of it, I mean, I guess that's technically close to an ace right there, right? You almost dunked it, really. You hit the flag stick. But
did that roll off the green after it hit the flag?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, I've had one hit the side of the lip and then go into the water.
Oh, that's so
state
cruel.
golf tournament in high school. It was fantastic.
The worst.
But,
yeah.
I almost had 3 in one day during a high school tryout to where combined all 3 holes ended up probably being 5 feet away. And then, of course, the group behind us, one of the freshmen hit an ace.
Oh.
And it was like, they were like, this guy's just amazing on the par 3s. It was like, well, all the par 3s were the same yardage of 140. So it was the same club all 3 times.
Yeah.
No, I don't have an ace, Uber.
I actually do. I have one that it was in my second year golfing. It was a nice, comfortable 9-iron from about 140 out, and I literally dunked it. It was incredible. half the ball mark was on the edge of the cup, and luckily it was the 3/4 of it. I guess was in the cup, so it just the whole didn't even really have a bounce. It just dunked right in.
Nice. I'm gonna go golfing tomorrow solo. I don't care.
Yeah.
So you can hit an ace and tell us about it.
So
I'll hit an ace. No one will watch. No one will be there, and it'll be like, nope, doesn't count.
Rob's maybe getting trivia back. Little teaser. We'll let him explain when he gets on the pod next. Uber's here, so he can certainly. Uber, we need another clip chirping Rob, so it'll prompt him to get back on the pod because he's been a month.
He had a good one today because I went in there and was talking to him during the Fall Guys.
Did he chirp Rob specifically?
Yeah, he goes, Rob's definitely not going to be there. So.
That's great. Yeah, we need to keep those coming. Supposedly he's going to try to do trivia at his his brewery, and maybe we'll have some sort of simulcast. So we'll see about that. But let's get into sports.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Real quick before we do that, big news for those that were a fan of the Red Fast trivia. One of the questions was who had missed the most. It was me. Today, I am no longer the most missed podcast.
Baby.
It is Rob, and I do believe Moose is now 1 away. Moose is two away. 2 away, baby. So
Coming from behind. Not the first time he's done it, folks. Sports and memes section. Let's move on. We did have the Stanley Cup that took place. We had the Colorado Avalanche win. Gabriel Landeskog grabbing the cup at the end. This was probably the coolest moment. I don't really have specific clips of the gameplay, nor do we have diehard hockey fans in the chat attendance, really, except for maybe Moose. But the trophy is the best part about the Stanley Cup, I would say, and the trophy presentation is always really cool. It seems like every year it's always presented to an away team, but nevertheless, this was like this photo. Imagine if you were Gabriel Landeskog and you have this photo with the flames going off in the background. Such a cool scene.
The best part is they want to televise it because it's such a cool moment of handing the cup off to different people. But everyone does the same thing. You hand it for the trophy you've wanted your entire life. So the first thing they all start going is, fuck yeah, like this is fucking
exactly.
great.
Yeah.
And they still want to keep the camera on them. And it's like, all right, you just hear like, yeah, did it. And it's like, wonder what they're saying.
And then when it gets to the pile, this guy, I'm not even sure who it is. I don't know, number 16.
16 in your programs, folks.
Yeah. Takes a digger going to the pile, as you can see here on this GIF. And then we have a zoomed in. Has a nice little flat outline on the cup now. So they've damaged the cup before even getting off the ice. So I don't know how easily visible it is. Who's this? Eric Johnson in bed with the cup this morning. There's another video of it.
I love the stories of just you get your day with the cup, and some guys do some weird things.
Oh yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that's why that guy always wears the gloves with it, because he's got to clean it every single time.
Yep.
And I want to interview that guy because he probably has some crazy stories of what's actually been done with that cup.
Oh yeah, and you can see it's completely round here, and immediately just. All right, can you actually see? Oh yeah, you can see it compress right there.
Camera work.
Good night.
Oh, that's great.
It's scary that the cup is going down. To me, it's scarier because he's going into a bunch of guys with their skates out.
Yeah, that's true too. Could have been way, way worse for him.
Yeah.
But all right. Don't really have too many specific notes other than Cale Makar. I think we mentioned it back when Colorado was playing Edmonton. I was saying that series had the 4 best hockey players on the planet potentially playing at the same time in McDavid, Draisaitl, Makar, and McKinnon. And Makar has proven time and time again, and he's 23 years old. He's now won Hobey Baker. He's now won Norris Trophy. He has now won Conn Smythe. He is a Stanley Cup champion. He has won just about every Rookie of the Year. He won Calder last year, I believe, or this year. I don't know. He's won them all. And he's 23 years old and changing the game. His points from this playoff were ridiculous. He had like 30 points in like 20 games or something like that. I don't know the exact numbers, but
going back to the guy that dropped the cup, it says it's a former Flyer. So,
oh, well.
Take that.
Yeah, let's go over to baseball. Actually, did you guys see this? This is great. This is great. I forgot about this. I love putting random clips in our notes and forgetting about it because it surprises me a little later. This was a race. What is this? Milwaukee or something? Usually Milwaukee. No, this is Atlanta.
No, it's Atlanta.
Home Depot. Power drill. Good night, Irene. What is this guy doing?
He did not look well, man. He did not look well.
That's Home Depot's headquarters in Atlanta. I have a friend that works.
Oh man, I don't know. Is this the Braves mascot that just truck six the drill?
Yeah.
My goodness, You have to think this is coordinated. Like none of these aren't fans by any
It's
means.
so violent.
I
think
know.
it's coordinated that I'm gonna hit you, but
He went all out.
I don't think he was expecting, or she, because there's skinny legs. It could be like a moose,
Yeah.
but you don't expect full send head high, and you clearly have no peripheral vision in the drill.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was.
And he's not braced for it. You can tell he's not braced for
not
it.
at all. Let's do it once again. Because you can't have good visibility out of a drill outfit. He's,
He's like got 1 foot in the air, kind of.
Elbows high.
like this guy's going for a long jump here.
Like,
Absolutely
he's running.
no slowing down.
He's probably running 70% full speed, 80% full speed.
Starts at the F, finishes outside the X there.
Yeah, literally.
Dude,
Watch where his head goes from here all the way to. It started
and
up
landing
here.
on top.
Oh god! I mean, hopefully there's some padding in there.
It's almost like the bucket's face is perfect for that reaction right there. It's like,
yeah, thank God. Imagine,
staring right at the.
and then the bucket runs away. You see the bucket? He takes the hat.
Takes the hat.
I don't know what the hat has to do with it. Maybe it has
So
something to do with the race.
did they have the hat and they were running away with it?
Yeah, they were fighting over the hat.
Okay, I can see the hat in the drill's hand.
So they were
That's why he gets
grabbing it.
tackled. Well, I mean, now the story is completely flipped. I support getting decked. You don't take a man's hat and run away with it.
My goodness. All right. We did also have a brawl. I think this is the clip to the brawl. If not, we'll see what it is. Oh, Anthony. Oh, yeah. The wing.
Right on the ass cheek.
And wing. Oh, that is way too loud to be playing. Yeah. This is a brawl. See if I can find a better brawl, better video of it.
The John Boy one where we.
Well, that's a 15-minute video, but yeah, his clip though is 3 minutes, I think. He has some good footage on it.
Do we know what prompted all of this? Because I think
This
it was
angle.
early.
Yeah, that's like one of the fans' angles. So there's been some context going back like a week or two. Justin Upton played for the Angels at the start of the year. Is now with the Mariners. He gets beamed. He gets hit, and Kyle Lewis, center fielder, like one of the outfielders for the Mariners. It's a good BR pickup, by the way, if you ever get him. It's a solid silver. He gets drilled in the head. It hits his helmet, and I think he's out with a concussion. And so those are two Mariners players. And so what happens next is the Mariners respond by throwing at Trout.
Okay.
And so they threw at Trout. They did not hit Trout, but two of them went head high. So get this. This is what
This is the same guy. This Wance guy is just a reliever.
Yeah, he's a reliever, and so that's who Winker, goes after. Script on Wance, and it starts giving him the business. But Winker starts to walk away, and then he hears. He realizes it's an old man, but John Boy Media has the best breakdowns. Obviously, I think we all know that. But he doesn't. The way I left it is, I am against. I think the Angels are in the wrong here. It was my takeaway. Raciel.
You said Angels are in the wrong?
I think the Angels were the ones that took a little too far.
Putting a reliever in specifically to bean somebody, of course. Yeah. I think so too.
And they were all if they hit one person, okay, like if they already got told to stop, they pull or whatever, and throws it out on the field. That was pretty impressive. And then he actually so there's the sunflower seed.
What is this?
It looks like somebody did a shot tracer to it or something like that.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Or not Rangers, wow. Angels players picking them all up. This is where he finds a double bubble and he throws it out there. And it gets all over the infield. It was so funny.
So,
man.
Another twist to this that it still hasn't been resolved. If you remember the story last year when Joey Votto got thrown out of the game in the first inning, there was a little girl there. I tagged Red Fast Review in it. So she was there. Votto gets tossed in the first inning, and she's immediately upset.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look, it says, well, guys, you'll never guess who came to see the Mariners versus Angels to see Jesse Winker and Suarez play today. And it happened again. So she is, I'm assuming somewhere in California because I think he got tossed in LA. She's there again.
See the Reds uniform stuff, yeah.
Yeah, mom takes another picture of her crying. And last time everyone was like, oh my goodness, this is like so upsetting. Like it's got to be rough. She got a ball and a bat and a bunch of stuff from Votto the next day. The comment section was not that nice to her this time. Where, how many times are you going to use children's tears for likes? Like it, I get it. If this is 100% happening, she clearly has the worst luck in the world.
Mm.
But if they're constantly going to games and then like just this happens and then they use it, like I know what the mom said.
She's doing all right now. What is she, 8 years old? Like, I mean, I can't. She's doing all right. Like, I don't think we actually
look at that tweet at the bottom there. What Larry Footsack quote tweets. So somebody actually,
yes,
yeah, somebody ordered pizza for Winker, and he got it.
And he got it. Like this fight had so many different stories that were great.
One of you don't see many real brawls in a season, let alone a couple of seasons where it actually comes down to blows. But then you also don't see like this much stuff going on the side. That it was like it was a great weekend for Major League Baseball. It was great.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so perfect timing for them to really stir it up as the NBA Finals are done, NHL is done. So really, the couple of the major sports are done for the year. But nice little segue here, I believe. Golf is not. Oh no, we do have one more baseball thing, but golf has not slowed up. This is the
quick one.
Yeah, this is a quick little one.
Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke. How about this? Right before I took this picture, Greinke acted like he was about to sign my ball. He came over, grabbed the ball, and looked at me, and then chucked it as far as he could. I asked why he did that. He said, "For my amusement." Weirdest player I've ever met. Like, kind of sicko. I mean, if this is like a 40 or 50-year-old guy, I like it. I'm all for it. If this is anywhere, someone like, I'd say 20 or less, that is the most toxic thing I've ever seen.
So there's something with Greinke. Like, there's something going on with him that's a little different. And, like, baseball fans know that. He's always been kind of a weird dude. I pulled up a couple of things, so just 30 seconds about Greinke. He's known for whenever he got called up, he asked if he could sit back down so he could be a shortstop. And to this day, like the manager didn't know if he was being serious or not. They couldn't tell. He's also known for kind of like this weird interaction between him and Chipotle, where he's kind of like shunned them for raising their guacamole prices up 30 cents from 150 to 180. He's also no one's proved this yet, but like the fact that no one can really tell whether or not it's like serious or a joke. Like his contract is said with the Diamondbacks, but whenever he was playing for them, when he first got his contract, there were 4 things that were included. And I think it's a joke, but it's still comical. 10 tons of guacamole, a minority stake in a Chipotle franchise, a Blu-ray copy of Shawshank Redemption, and number 4, a samurai sword. Like,
Oh my
the
god, that's
dude
like
is
the
strange.
like when a band goes and like has their demands, whatever it's called.
The
Like, I
rider.
need,
The
yeah,
rider.
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
need a
like
bunch of double bubble or something like that.
just YouTube Grinky. Like, there's some weird videos out there. It's pretty funny.
That is odd. Where is he from? Orlando. Well, 38, still pitching.
It is
Good for him.
Florida.
Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man does weird shit. Not the first time we've heard that. But let's go. Did we move to golf? Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
this.
we could go to golf.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Million seat arena. That was weird.
It was
Okay.
just weird.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll show the picture now that I mentioned it. I don't want to hold out on it. Just real quick.
And that was going to be like going back to like if you're watching something live, at what point does your seat not matter? Like,
Oh yeah,
if you're all the way up top, is it more that I was at the stadium when this event happened, or like, are you actually seeing anything? That was why I brought it up. It's like, okay, it's an interesting idea, but at the same time, you're not going to be able to see shit.
right.
I can't help but think Zoolander when I see this. What is this? A center for ants? How do you expect us to enjoy the game if we can't even fit inside of the stadium?
Yeah,
wow.
it was just a weird thing that I originally thought it was a joke, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh no, this is a real design.
What's the largest stadium out there right now? Like, it's got to be like 100,000, right?
On it.
I want to say, and I'm not Googling, it's either the Big House, 120,000, or maybe I have three guesses.
Guess Wembley.
That was my second guess. That, or honestly, I think Penn State has a massive stadium too. So those are my three guesses, but it's right around 110 to 120, I want to say. But it's something absurd.
Michigan is third. It is the biggest in the United States. Number 1 is some place in North Korea. Rungado, 1st of May. And then Sardar Patel Stadium in India.
Ooh, cricket and soccer or something? India's got to be cricket, I would think.
I'm guessing. Then it's
soccer,
Michigan, Penn State.
Yeah.
Is Beaver Oregon State?
Beaver Stadium must be Oregon State, I would think. Yeah.
And then the Horseshoe, Kyle Field, A&M.
Kyle Field's pretty big.
Yeah, a lot of it's crazy. The college ones are just massive. The college ones are crazy. That's a bucket list for me to go to 100,000 plus stadium and just like be in one of those stands. But not in the near future. We'll get there eventually. Just like we'll eventually get to golf in this podcast. Live Golf getting more and more people by the day. Brooks Koepka going over since the start of last week. They had Matthew Wolff go over. They a couple other people, including a guy by the name of Jason Kokrak, as Bear had pointed out. He just said screw it mid-round because he's on the ninth hole. And,
he played
that was his last hole. Okay,
this was 18 for him technically, but it was 9. Jason
Kokrak appears to be who have been disqualified for hitting his second shot on the last hole, 44 yards over the green into spectators on the road. He then just got into his car and drove off to the Live Tour without even submitting a scorecard, growing the game, as said by Nathan Hubbard.
You don't see a 3 anywhere because after the second shot he left. Like
that's awesome.
That is the quality of golf.
That's how I want to go out, man.
Just do that on TGC.
Something
like you
else.
hit your shot and you're like, fuck this.
Yeah, I mean, you have to imagine he was not even close to making the cut, and that was on Friday. But nevertheless, you'd figure you have a little bit more respect for the game, but it's literally the last hole. Take a drop and finish it off. But anyways, Live becoming more and more of a reality. When is the next tournament? Live.
I think it's this weekend in
second
Oregon.
Tournament.
'Cause there was
Portland this
Portland.
week. So yeah, it is in Portland, Oregon this week. So no idea what's going to happen. They still don't have a single player inside the top 15 in the world golf rankings. I think Dustin Johnson's like still outside it, and the highest one of the Dustin Johnson ranks 16. Tony Finau, Horschel, Matsuyama, Zally, Spieth, Schauffele, Fitz, Sam Burns, Hovland, Cantlay, Cam Smith, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, Scotty Scheffler. So yeah, any moron that says these guys are going over for the top competition, well, how about the top 16 in the world all being in the PGA Tour? And I bet you if I went on this top 100 in the world list, I bet you there's less than 10. I bet you 90% are on the PGA Tour. So my point is, just in talking about this, anyone that says they're going there to play against the best competition in the world, I'm pretty much canceling them because they're just straight up lying. Yeah, I have no interest. I have no interest in listening to anything that they're saying because they just say you're going for the money. If they came out and said they're going for the money, I would respect that so much more. And I don't, stand behind the morals of the Live Tour. But it drives me insane. I don't know if you guys had any particular thoughts.
I kind of disagree with that, but I don't think so. Ethically, I don't think you can compare the two. I think Liv's, the backers are a little bit more known. We got the Masters, dude. Like, the Masters is pretty bad. Like, Augusta National is pretty bad.
True, but that's not PGA Tour affiliated. Technically.
But it is. Like, then the PGA Tour signs off on it.
Fair.
Because they're,
Fair.
I mean, so I think there are a lot of stuff like that. And some of the bigger organizations that sponsor some of these tournaments has some frauds that I think are going to be into, like, 'cause if you're an elite, individual in the golf or not in the golf realm, but with some of these companies like in America, there's, and I'm not saying that they're all frauds, but there's I can't believe that they're all not frauds. I mean, or that they're all clean, right? And so we know about the Live guys and they're pretty bad. I like the idea that these guys, they might be going for the money, but I think it's more so the fact that they're not getting paid what they could be. And so I know people like to say, well, they're getting paid plenty when you got people out here that are, trying to fight for food scraps. I mean, well, they're getting paid what they're worth. And if, worth is dictated by the market and the market's willing to pay so much more and the PGA has all this extra money out there that they could be making, I think that, until the PGA starts divvying it out a little bit more, I think that this is going to continue to happen. I think it's okay, but I am with you. Don't just come out and say there's better competition, because that's not true. But I think that there will be more and more of this competition continuing to go over to Live Tour, to continue to actually make that argument real as we get a little deeper into this, because, all it takes is one of those guys, like, close buddies, to go, and then all of a sudden that's going to be another person in their ear to bring it over. And I don't know, I want PGA and Live to just go ahead and accept the fact that they're going to be arch nemesis and like go at each other, like make this like what was the NFL and like the AFL back in the day. They turned into the NFC AFC is kind of what it ended up morphing into. And something like that. So I could, like, maybe we do something like that. Maybe it turns into an opportunity for more content.
Absolutely.
So
and like
UF versus WCW.
There you go.
The Monday Night Wars are back, baby.
I just can't stand the blatant like lying. Like if, I said, if it's they offered me $100 million, of course I'm going to take it. You know what I mean? Like if someone just said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless what, like, then the follow-up question is, you stand by what they're supporting and whatever, sure. But, like, just say the PGA Tour didn't offer me $100 million to go over. Or, maybe you're one of those lower-tier players, you're fighting to be on the Corn Ferry or something like that. By me going over to there, I have a 6-figure paycheck guaranteed. Okay,
Right.
Like at least you've been honest. The dishonesty is what is driving me nuts from the players. It could, it probably is good for the game, growing it because it is, giving you a different light in it. And not to really compare, I'm doing a video game comparison here, so it's definitely a stretch. But EA coming into the golf market, who knows when these golf games are getting released? EA apparently has a release date in spring next year. I can only
I'm trying to
imagine
slide into
EA.
DMs.
Yeah.
Trying.
Feel free to slide in. EA versus 2K. I can only feel that is going to be good for the game to have different, that competition. However, Live. I don't like the format at all. Switching up teams every week, I feel like it just makes no sense. You build no consistency. Yeah, you're just switching back and forth constantly.
Right.
But but it would be cool if they just made it. Hey, this is the Kepka team, or you don't have to name it the Brooks Kepka team, and then this is the Bryson team, and then you actually build merch around those guys. And their teams, like even if the PGA Tour did something like this, they wanted to have some sort of team events. Sure, that'd be kind of cool, and that you can merchandise the crap out of that. If you want to have 12 teams,
imagine drafting your golfers every single week, like Wednesday at 9:00.
Yeah,
like you're gonna watch it. Of like, all right, let's see, because you're gonna have a gambling interest.
Well, I'm saying to just have consistent teams, like signing,
Right.
Justin Thomas to a 3-year deal with Team ABC. You know what I mean? Like if the
Do it
PGA
like-
Tour
do it
had
like
like
Colby's.
individual teams. What's that?
Like Colby's fantasy draft. You redraft
Kinda
every
like F1.
2 months.
If you guys know anything
I
about
do think-
F1,
Mhm.
they have like teams, like the Mercedes teams. They sign Lewis Hamilton to a contract, and he is on the Mercedes team. So like Scotty perfect. Tailor-made team versus Titleist team versus Callaway team. That would be cool. Like, and you actually
would be
market
cool
those teams
to-
and they pump a ton of money into it. Sure.
I can see, what Liv's doing now is I think everything is short term. There's nothing long term in the plans for formats and the way that tournaments are being played out. Like I think what they're doing is smart. Like, but to think that they're going to keep that the same for the next couple of years, I don't think that's the case. I think that once they get a few more signees, I think that once they realize that this is a little more long term, I think that's when we'll start to see more concrete plans. But the idea of teams, like I would love to see, and I tweeted about this a couple weeks ago, I would love to see the PGA and Live at the end of every year, their top 5 and their top 5 duke it out. Like I think that'd be a lot of fun to see, and like it creates that competition. It takes you back to if you played in high school, if you played in college, where your top 5 are going and competing not only as a team but as individuals.
Yeah,
dude, I think
it'll be kind of like a Ryder Cup situation.
And if you've ever, I haven't been to one. My uncle's been to a Ryder Cup. My dad's been to a Ryder Cup, and my uncle's also been to a Super Bowl, and he's been to a World Series. And he said that the Ryder Cup was the most fun sporting event and the most action-packed, like energy-filled sporting event he's ever been to in his life. Like that would be amazing. That might be because of the rarity of the event, but I think that golfers, I think, are low-key goofy, crazy.
Mhm.
Like those guys that are yelling mashed potatoes, at drives, like almost get like a pass at these events to where they can go all out and be goofy. To like having that sort of energy at sporting, like golfing, I think that changes the game even more so for the better, to like bring on this sort of like fun fandom, because right now it can be boring for an onlooker to see fans enjoying golf at a normal tournament. Like it's just not that great.
The team aspect definitely adds a level when it's the President's Cup, when it's the Ryder Cup. Like seeing the emotion amongst teammates it really is special. I get very excited to watch those team events. Even if you guys remember the PNC Championship, was that earlier this year? It seems like a year ago when Tiger and his son Charlie were playing together versus John Daly and John Daly Jr. and like I think Nelly Corder was playing with her dad and stuff. Like those team stuff, like it's kind of like us playing alt shot online. Like it adds that little extra interest to it. So I don't disagree adding those different types other than just standard stroke play. Is
champs.
Yeah, there you go.
Champs.
Is good for the game. It's just I'm not too crazy. And then the other thing is, so Live is about 54, right? So that's their whole shtick, right? 54 holes, 54 players. Live's the Roman numeral 54. What happens to all these fringe players, right? So like Brooks just went over, Matt Wolf just went over, Answer went over, right? All these guys, Bryson who didn't play in the first one, Pat Reed, all these fringe players that were barely into the first one, are they just now completely cut out? Like Liv doesn't want them anymore. They made that 1 6-figure paycheck, and now you can't come back to the PGA Tour either now because they got that like cease and desist basically from the PGA Tour. So are they screwed? There's only 54 players. I mean, unless Liv expands, they can't even play in the next tournament. So what's that?
They get their heads cut off.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. But as Bulldog mentioned, there is more money in the PGA now. I don't really care for the way they added money. They have additional tournaments next year for the top 50 only. So if the major problem was the way that the guys who were constantly getting fringe players getting cut were making money, like, hey, yeah, you made the cut and you made like 12 grand because you finished in dead last. You finished like T70 or something like that. And you have all these travel expenses, like paying the top 50 and Rory McIlroy an extra $10-20 million isn't going to do anything for anybody. So I don't really
Richard is going to help.
Yeah, I don't really understand their format there, but I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. I don't know it got my live talk out of me. I don't know if you had anything else.
So you're more pro PGA, and I'm like,
yeah,
kind of not.
I'm pro change and pro new
Careful
leagues.
what you're throwing around with all the pros, please. Please.
Oh no!
Sorry. It was right there. I had to. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, we are not talking about that tonight.
That was the next segment in the run sheet.
Yeah, we are in America, so I mean,
sorry, I did.
Yeah, I'm not for it. It just seems wrong. Something seems off about it. The whole Saudi Public Investment Fund funding it all. I agree that there's some shady stuff. Like Augusta, in your Masters example, is perfect, Ginger. That was just such a bad, organization for the longest time. They've changed and turned over a new leaf for some, a decade or so now. But it really took them a long time. Like Tiger Woods never felt comfortable walking in there, and like wasn't he like not even welcomed as an amateur or something? It was bad, and that was
right.
What, 25 years ago? It wasn't that long removed. So there's definitely
90s,
some questionable
they were still known
stances.
for some pretty racy stuff.
Yeah. So
they're both shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was my point, but yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Anyways. All right, let's move on. So we had the Travelers Championship this past weekend. Rory came out to a roaring start. No pun intended. And just seems to collapse again. He's been his iron shots have been really well and really strong lately. However, he finds himself in these awful situations. He took a snowman on a par 4 on his round 2. I want to pull up his scorecard here, see if we can find it.
Better.
Did he drop that far? Oh, T19. Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So he goes out and shoots a 62. 8 under is the leader after 1. He finishes the tournament at 9 under. Kind of crazy. So round 2, look at this scorecard. He goes out. he's at literally 12 under through 27 holes of tournament. How about 13 under through 29 holes of the tournament, and then he finishes 4 strokes off of that. He lost all 4 right there with a snowman on 12. He went OB, and then he shanked it his second his re-tee into like some heavy rough, and then he went back and forth, was playing Army golf. He even got another double later in that round, but just kind of kept finding trouble. Another double in round 3. Round 4 was a little bit better, but just sloppy. He's really been playing well lately, but finding his over-aggression costing him. But we do have Xander Schauffele hold on to the win, 19 under. He played great start to finish, 7 under, 7 under, 3 under, 2 under. Slowed down the weekend, but he had a massive lead, so that's probably playing into it a little bit. And this was the putt. Sahith Theegala was right there. He actually was at 19 under par on the very last hole, and this was his second shot out of the bunker, and then it just stayed in the bunker. So he was in the fairway bunker chasing down Xander.
Oh,
It hit the front.
Hit his club twice.
Oh, I don't think so. So he just nailed the front of that bunker. That was his second shot. He had a 1-shot lead on Xander at the time. He was at 19. Xander was at 18. Xander was right behind him. He hits that. He then punches out, takes it. So punches out for 3. 4th shot on the green. 5th putt just lips out. Like they had a really good look at this video of the putt.
Oh yeah.
This was for his 5, and he would have bogeyed. Oh, so it would have been a really nice save for bogey, and he would have been at 18, and Xander would have been playing and starting that hole 18. Xander ends up knocking this to like 5 feet and canning his birdie putt anyway, so it really wouldn't have mattered. But who knows if he would have hit that wedge shot as close if he knew the pressure was on. Either way, this guy is up and coming, one of the rookies of the PGA Tour, Sahith Theegala, and look out for him. He's been playing great, getting
What if you were a major transit
$750,000.
system facing
Thor
cyber
Borgensen,
ESPN.
Did you see
there was
the
that amateur?
Amateur in the
he's
top.
been a name past couple of years. That's a kid that we want to be looking for over the next couple of years for sure.
Mm-hmm. I saw some sort of tweet. It was like the first time an amateur has finished in the top 10 in like a significant amount of time in the PGA Tour. Best finish by amateur on tour since 2016. So Michael Thor Bjornsson.
And that's a big tournament too.
20
There's
years
names at that
old.
tournament.
Out of Cleveland, Ohio, Bear. This is your guy. Residence
much
of Wellesley,
younger?
Mass.
God.
My goodness, this is like a perfect guy for the Red Fast Review. We're gonna have to follow this guy between
It's like
Ohio
if
and
you two had a kid and
yeah, exactly.
No, we don't.
Yeah, and his name's Moose.
what?
Heels Party of 7, welcome in. Hand the
Moose is
sub,
our
thank you very
child.
much.
Yeah, this is hero.
So Xander played really well, finished off strong. I did want to show one thing because it was very reminiscent of Rory. LPGA. We don't really talk about them much. This isn't even a video. Do we have golf? Is it going to be under here? Scores? Can I just toggle LPGA?
There it is. There it is.
LPGA. Beautiful. Oh, God. ESPN with your stupid ads. You guys are kidding me, man.
That's not it.
There's like 3 or 4 different ads. I mean, they're scrounging to make money. So
Okay. LPGA scores. How about that? Can we do it on Google? LPGA.com. This will work. In G Chun. So this was the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. So one of their majors. In
the
G
money
Chun.
in ladies golf. Look at that.
Yeah, 1.3 million. Not too
Compared
shabby.
to other pro women's sports, they've got it made. Sorry, squirrel. Go ahead.
She goes out round 1, shoots 8 under, proceeds to shoot 3 under on round 2, just dominating the field, is 11 under through 2 rounds, then goes +3 on the weekend, still wins by a stroke. Pretty comical, 75-75 to finish, but building that lead, it was reminding me of Rory, and I think,
What was Lexi Thompson's? Because I saw tweets about her back nine.
She got called like on a clock or something like that on round 4. She went bogey down on 16, 17. I think someone clocked her. She was taking too long.
Okay. That's what I saw. Like someone called the clock on the last.
Yeah, Justin Thomas tweeted about it. I didn't watch it, so I can't really say for certain the full.
You're going to call the clock
it,
on somebody in the 4th round?
Yeah, exactly.
The last few holes.
Find the JT
Come
tweet.
on.
And look at that man, sports lifer in the house. I flashed it when you came in here, Shannon. Justin Thomas.
Modelo Mafia.
What an electric tournament. I really enjoyed watching this week's KPMG Women's Championship. Gutted for Lexi as she's such a great ambassador for the LPGA. Great player and great role model. I thought it was... Oh, I'm all for helping slow play, but pudding... Pudding. Jesus Christ.
Pudding.
Yeah, vanilla pudding.
Too much golf in the vernacular, and I'm looking at Justin Thomas, just naturally thinking, is that how you spell pudding too?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not. All right. But putting those ladies
is P-U-T-T.
Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, so I'm not wrong. It's just spelled the same. It's just pronounced 2 different ways. Okay, but putting those ladies in. Well, if we're judging his grammar, you're not supposed to put a comma on either side of but. But anyways, who am I to say anything? But putting those ladies on the clock with 2 holes left, trying to win a major seems like a good read the room situation, and don't put them on the clock. So I don't know if it was just in general.
Modelos as he tweeted that, to be honest.
It was only at 326, but who's to say?
Afternoon golfer,
Yeah,
that's how it is.
All right.
That's pretty. That's little league to put them on the clock that late. I feel bad for man.
Yeah, not great. All right, let's get to TGC Tours. We've been dancing around it for quite some time. We are deep in the podcast. Thank you, anyone that has stuck around. Thank you, everyone that has come into the pod. But time flies when you're kind of having fun. And time did not fly, Bell. Yeah, for a few of these guys at the top of the leaderboard. We have a new champion. Not that he's really outside the capabilities of winning, but you don't see a champion outside the top 10 world golf ranking too often these days. This week is won by Sparky up north. Ty Scud.
Player?
That is a PC player winning.
What
Platinum Tour. Getting that nice fat 1.494 mil. You're getting paid more than the LPGA. We'll have to
barely.
Yeah. Barely. 54 final round. Look at this final round in the back 9 specifically. 26 on the back 9, including an eagle on the last hole on both par 5s. So 10 under on the back 9. Wins on the count back versus Scud. Scud must have like 10 count back losses, it feels like.
Suck it, Scud.
Pat gave me the breakdown. This isn't obviously live as it's happening, but this gentleman here, Max Baril, 42nd in the world. He threw 63 holes? Yeah, so without his back 9, he's sitting at 55 under par, and he doubles the 10th hole and only shoots 1 under on the back 9. So he was sitting right there. And this is kind of, or actually, I think this clip was from at the beginning, one of his earlier rounds. Migza Moore must be.
3 yard is going with a flop, and it's just gonna roll for the eagle.
Nice little eagle there. Thank you, Pat. But this was what happened on 10. A split fairway here. I personally didn't go for this second fairway any of the rounds. I don't know what the majority of the people did, but he just blasted it right into the OB there. Or I don't know if it was OB or just hazard, but ends up making a double there and really blows his chance at winning. So unfortunate for him. Let's see. Scud did play very well. No surprise there. He was sitting at 49 going into that final 9 holes, and he ends up getting 10 under back 9 as well. He matched that card exactly. That double in round 1 really cost them, unfortunately. But here's a shot from Scud. Thanks to
What a
Pat.
hack.
Third shot.
Yeah, what a hack, huh?
Ooh.
And that is how
Oh.
you get an eagle and get to -3.
Nicely done there, Scud.
Sexual.
Oh, yeah. That was from earlier. But anyways, back to the leaderboard. Sparky, congrats on the win. Max Barile, 42nd in the world, getting a top 4. Nicely done there. Snoopy had himself a week. He won True Sim. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, Kara, Chris Abbott. Shit, I had the stat. I think he has like 30 or 40 consecutive weeks all in the top 10. It's something absurd. He has not missed a top 10 in some ungodly amount of time. Pat, if you're in the chat, I know you know the number because you were the one that informed me. And yeah, feel free to post that in there. But just absolute insanity, the consistency from Abbott. Number 3 in the world, doesn't win necessarily all that often. Or actually, I could probably just click on his card here. Season, right?
Yeah.
Top 10s, 33 out of 39 events. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 consecutive. I mean, he has 1, 2.
Struggles in Hawaii,
3.
I guess. It's nice
Yeah.
the climate.
He's got 3 wins.
The
but
elevation.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, struggled in Hawaii. And then, I mean, it continues past that, really, except for this T39. But my God. That was the top 25 in all but Hawaii. Yeah, don't let him play in Hawaii, I guess. What course was this? The Uper.
The Uper.
That doesn't look very Hawaiian.
I believe it's
Sean
based in
Trace.
Detroit.
Yeah.
But remember, TGC is all about making sure this is realistic.
Yes,
Yeah.
we need those real
Right.
names.
Put your
Again.
damn names in the leaderboard, all right?
Yeah.
Change your profiles.
We are
Yeah.
playing criminally underrated CC this week. So that is the name of the course.
Yeah, oh God.
Got the vacuum going.
It sounds like this gentleman here, Alex, the Swede. Oh, I didn't realize we had a little fast forward there. Okay, well,
All right.
I guess that's in there.
Next.
Alex Snacky. Yeah, nice little ace. Next. Thank you. We needed the Rob take on that.
I'm about to say, I'll do my best Rob impression. Get that
Let's
shit off my
see.
screen. All right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That was a great shot. I can't
If Rob,
be Rob.
Rob
I'm
was in
sorry.
here, he'd be so proud of you, Ginger. Here's Rundown, the one-trick pony. Oh, he
Should I
even...
do my-
Oh, my God. What is going on with these people? I got to vet these clips out better.
Oh my god!
Oh,
54!
so what I did want to say before, and this is why I remember looking at this clip, what a bunch of the Platt guys did, which was really cool, there was up to 8 of them that ended up playing their Platt round 1 together. This is a foursome live here. Rundown Man, Cooks, Dango, and Polling Points. Rundown, Cooks, and Dango are all like top 10, top 20 in the world.
That's
Polling-
cool.
Polling Points, he's playing in Platinum. He's right there with them. I mean, these guys are all top players. But they were all live playing it together. And then there was a second group. Here it is here. I forget who's in this one. This one we have Pat, Materializations, number 1 in the world, Spice, and Webboy. I believe those are all top. Like, I feel like we had 6 of the top 10 players in the world, perhaps? If not, they're all really close. And Pat, I'm pretty sure, is top 50, somewhere close to it now.
I mean,
Makes me actually want to turn my game on.
I was streaming.
Oh, my turn.
My
Is
turn.
110 not good enough? Sorry.
What did you say there?
I said I was streaming at the same time, but
Oh.
I'm only 110 in the world, so
Yeah, but I don't know. It just cool. I remember playing with Monk back in the day. We were both on like a Kinetic or Elite together, and just playing the rounds. And like I did once with Sparty. I did it once with you, Bear. I just enjoyed, going back and forth. Actually seeing it out. Playing as a foursome, I guess it took them quite a while than you would imagine because they're doing turn order on. That was P-Dog, by the way. They all seem to be acing that hole, but so nicely done. I'd love to see more guys do
easier. It. It's a little bit easier on pro, like Nar and I would do it on the pro swing, to where like when it was on master, if you felt the tempo, you had to keep going.
Stop. Yeah.
And you had to where now you could sit around for 10 minutes before you hit your next shot and you're still going to get a perfect.
Right.
Especially on PlayStation.
Well said. Elite Tour, we have Chris Jones winning. Congrats to Chris Jones. Bearded Gamer T6. We had Lex get his second promo. Let's see how he did it.
Oh, Lex is in Elite. Okay, nice. Man.
So he needs a birdie here.
Tempo. Is the math appropriate?
To get a promo.
Looks like it. Eagle time. Let's go.
Oh my god.
How about walking off the tournament with a back-to-back Eagles?
Let's listen to Bob again.
25.
Yeah. 10 under on the final round for Lex. I mean the final 9 holes and finishing with back-to-back Eagles. I'm pretty sure he needed 9 under on that back and ends up, getting a par early but capping it off with eagle finish to get his second promo. I believe it's his second promo.
That's dirty.
Big congrats to Lex. He's off to a hot start this week. 17 under round 1, so watch out. Binks and Apex right there. T18 as well. Getting promos. Rhodesy T23. Very nicely done by all of you gentlemen. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Kinetic. Adam Erickson wins on a countback versus Adam Woods in the Battle of the Atoms. So he gets the win on Kinetic. Probably moving up soon. Doily T22nd in a promo. GG Jutt started streaming again. If you guys don't watch and follow him. T22 in his second promo. Seamount decided to make a cut. How did he do that? Speaking of last holes of the tournament, this is 36th hole, right before the weekend.
The best swing I can hit on it, right here.
Needs an eagle.
Come on, baby. Be close. Go.
Get in the hole.
Oh, my God. Go in. Go in for eagle. Go in to make the cut. Bang! Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Needs an emote.
Shot glasses out.
Needs an emote.
I can't help but laugh because he's going to be right 1 out of every 200 or 300 times he says that. And it finally got it.
Right here.
And it made the
Go in.
Come on, baby. Beautiful. Be close. Go. Oh, my God. Go in. Go in for eagle. Go in to make the cut. Bang!
Just a thing of beauty.
Are you kidding me right now?
Clutch factor 100. There you go. Love that. Good for him, man.
Yeah, that was really cool. Anytime those walk-offs on the last hole, really, really cool, especially when it's really meaningful like that, too. This is from CC on the prior week. Didn't have this clip before, but this is from USN. And he ends up getting a T6, playing well on CCD, I believe. Oh, I thought this was much longer. But anyways.
Eagle Man.
Yeah! We did it, Miller! We freaking did it, buddy! Let's go! We freaking got it! Oh, man, that just sat on the edge of the cup for a second. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Somebody has more fucked up clips than me.
All my might in the world, and we finally get it. We freaking did it.
He does. He has a bunch of random clips. Most of them are fantastic. Very nicely done there.
Set my shit up. I'm so happy that came across my screen because now I'm going back into the lab.
Yeah, to really get some
I clearly
crazy clips.
Lost a step or two here.
Yeah, USN's got some top tier ones because he cycles through them too. It's great. Snoopy wins True Sim. Congrats to Snoopy, and he dominates True Sim. 56 under, winning by 5 over Colby. Colby with another second. He's got to be thrilled with another second.
What's Colby's True Sim?
He's gotta love, he's gotta love his second. I mean, I got another second place, but I wasn't really close. That's exactly what he's thinking. Second, no, oh no, platinum, Trusim. 6 second places in Trusim. Oh,
that's like shot of the week, baby.
And I think in those 6 seconds, he's probably a combined 30 to 40 strokes back. Like, there's a second in there that I think Materialization's won by 10. It was something stupid. Let's just look at one of them. Hawaii Open. Oh, I'm sorry. Sloaner wins by 11. Yeah, so it's something crazy. If you guys want to, go look at that. Colby tortures himself about getting his second.
Sloaner not playing anymore?
Sloaner, we had a sighting last week, right?
He's come back.
Yeah, he's got his third kid, so... we have not seen the last of him. I can.
Okay.
But juggling 3, all 2 and under too. He just boom, 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 rapid fire. Let's get it done. He said he's done though. Oh, L-Boy. I had a clip for L-Boy and it's not playing. I don't often have clips for L-Boy. That's a shame. All right, so L-Boy, I think you did something in Trusim. It was probably a nice hole out or something good. If you're out there watching this, I apologize.
Well done, L-Boy.
Yeah.
Hell of a shot.
Yeah, heck of a shot. Well, you know what? Maybe this will be on Shot of the Week right there. Just that.
I was going to save it for stream, but...
sorry.
What's that?
I said I definitely want this for Shot of the Week.
Oh, okay, good.
Just the blank, something went wrong.
Yeah, something went wrong. Well, do you know what? That next to Colby getting second. This is HBT. I have to, before we get to the end of this, I have to criticize Troy on his clipping of this because it cuts it off so close to the very end, so abruptly. I'm a little upset because I wanted to hear the reaction better, but there is no VOD for us to look at. It was 102 feet on Cones and Microphone Society. I think it's on all platforms. Our Pleader would get angry if I said all platforms. 91% power. I swear it went in. I didn't stop it, but yeah. 102-footer by HPT. Congrats, HPT. Oh, you're in here. Beautiful. Literally the last chat in here. If you have a better clip of that, feel free to send it my way. But Troy cut it off like literally as the ball was dropping into the cup.
Yeah, way to go, Troy.
Yeah, I blame Troy, not you. This is
Troy don't like me, so
Bo running.
D off the D.
What do we have here? I think curved back nicely.
That was actually a decent 2K clip.
Yeah, the second one there, I think I remember looking at it, and the first one was garbage as they normally are.
Yeah.
But the second one was much, much better. Dad? Thank you very much. HBT, welcome back in.
Was the top clip today Detroit Become Human?
Dad?
Okay.
Of course, and it's not Bear. Let's watch this for science.
I like your interior decorating.
Who's that?
It really reflects your personality. I mean, I like it.
Scary Russian wizard.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I thought we were watching an advertisement. What are we watching?
This is
Top
the Detroit Become Human main screen, to where the AI makes like little comments.
100,000 views.
Thanks.
Okay. Anyways, so that was the last time we'll ever click into top clip of the day because I was riveting. Side pod. So side pod, I kind of like the torture side pod puts himself through because we criticize him about fast forwarding, and then he gets so upset after he actually makes it. It actually makes for a good clip. So we're gonna play it. And listen in.
Come on, kick to the right.
For fuck's sake.
Dropping it for the
Will you get rid of us of you?
I sped it up, but I stopped it before it bounced, I think.
Quit now. You're done. You got the hole in one.
Like we've ruined this game for him. He has no excitement anymore.
Sorry.
I can't send it. I can't send it in.
Oh, side pie.
Oh,
hell of a shot, though.
Yeah, heck of a shot. Nicely done there, side pod.
Percentage on this?
Well, we got the one trick pony back.
I have to go for it though. That's the biggest problem here.
So just before this happens, 246 out from the heavy rough, 53 to 60%.
That's the biggest problem here.
The one trick pony is back.
105, perfect. You better fucking run for your life. Run, run, run. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh my God. Keep going. What a shot.
It doesn't go in, but that was just insane. 7 feet. Reminder, he was 246 out with a 53 to 60% lie. So that, honestly, that was very, very impressive, I thought, to get that perfect roll.
Yes.
And then we had this one just recently as today. This is from Mr. Ant. Hold on. Don't play it. I get it.
Got a big hat.
Got a big old hat. Oh. Okay.
Oh my God.
That was so cool. That's my favorite. I'll take that one. My vote.
So I was watching Ant before we went out Saturday
What a
for the
picker.
anniversary. And I forget what society Ant was playing, but he was like kind of struggling. And then he decided he was just going to spend the rest of his stream watching a Billie Eilish concert. So it was one of the hardest left turns I've ever seen on a stream. And I'm me. And I loved every second of it. Of just like, golf isn't going well. Yeah, we're going to watch this concert.
That's too funny. Yeah, like just not even caring. Like, here's what I'm going to do, and I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's talking to Oobs, going, "When are you logging on?" So I could just be done.
Yeah. All right, couple other notes around here. Chewy's President's Cup comes to a conclusion. U.S. ends up winning. I think they're still doing some singles matches for fun. So they're having fun with that. I think Kara's doing something with donations on hers, so look out for her. I think she tweeted about it for Eagles that she's hitting or something. Progressive Golf, he had a full lobby playing Divot Derby this past Saturday. So go into Progressive Golf every Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern time to about midnight. Does 2 hours of Divot Derby. Sometimes it's like 4 to 5 people. A lot of times it gets close to about 10 people in there. And when you have a full lobby playing Divot Derby, it's pretty fun. Everyone's in chat interacting with each other.
Pretty sweaty.
Yeah, definitely sweaty. But there was a full lobby playing Divot Derby, and that was pretty cool to watch. I mean, I was in chat and I was doing other things, and I wasn't even participating. So there was another 20 people that were playing. That was pretty cool. Let's see, Stavino. Why did I put Stavino after? I don't even know what this is.
So he's doing a fundraising tournament that people can get in. Apparently, this is something courses do all over the nation, where they do a tournament and all the proceeds go to veterans. So he's doing it for the virtual golf world, where you sign up. Cool. There's just a Google form to get in, and we'll be able to raise some money for vets. I've shown my grandfather's shirt on being a World War II vet, and I think it's just a really cool idea. And yeah, it's going to be a match play, but I think it'll be nice to get into
specific console. I take it,
fun.
Or no?
I don't think so. I think it can just be cross, and
Right, because it's match play. They'll do it, however. So,
Yeah.
Very cool. I just posted the first tweet of that in the channel if you're looking for that to join. But always fun to do stuff for a good cause. The last time we had something was like Hannon Charity Classic. That was fun to do. So whenever there's a good cause behind it, we want to make sure we promote it. So good luck to Vino on setting up that match play. All right, Red Fast review, content creator of the week. Let's get to that. All right, couple last news and notes. So we had a couple clips from the Red Fast review. That is clip submissions. Let's pull it up here. Standings. Oh, I didn't even do the standings. Shame on me. Did I do them? I don't think I did. I'm going to have to go back and do those. We're running long anyways. So I'll have to figure out the winner and tweet that out sometime. And I don't know when because I go back to work tomorrow. But I'll get it done.
Top 10, so...
Oh, yeah. This is a perfect week to not do them then. We don't need to acknowledge.
It's fine.
Make sure you get next week's.
Brad ended up shooting a 18 under. Not sure what happened on 11 there, but he made up for it with a eagle 2 on the hole before. Very nicely done there. We also had Chewy. What did Chewy do?
It's a little bit tricky.
Strong, baby.
Oh, this is a good one. But this was on Mont de Gatone by Duncan Dieville. That is on Last Minute Lindsay's week. And then this week is on the Santorini Falls Club by Caleb Randolph. I'll give you a glimpse of that in just a second. But here's first Chewy.
Think about there. Please tell me I'm right. Yes! Red Fast review. There we go, boys.
Nicely done, Chewy. The Chewy call out or whatever you want to say always has a soft spot in my heart. So really appreciate that. Let me see here. Okay. And the course, the Santorini Falls. Let's show you, give you a glimpse of that. That is by Caleb Randolph. This one's suggested by Mr. Bear. I played through this course because I was just curious, and this was a really fun playthrough. Santorini Falls Club.
Again, it's been around for a while. It's not your, typical, you're going to have to grind for every shot. You're going to have to, every little decision. It's an easier course. You get the ball within 15, 20 feet, you're probably going to have a pretty straight putt. There's not a lot of ghost breaks on the course. It was one of my favorite courses when the game first came out. And I've seen with all of the courses that come out, all the people that do the playthroughs, people always ask, like, what's your favorite course? What's your favorite course? This is my favorite course. Not because it's super easy, but if you wanted to, you could ratchet this course up to where people could only shoot +1, -4. Like, you could make it really difficult because there's a lot of out of bounds with a lot of short par 4s that if you're not paying attention, you're going to make mistakes. Hello.
Sorry.
Is that the...
Pulling something up.
Okay. So, I think, when Kilbride and I talked about setting it up, I said, let's set it up super easy. So that way, for some of the streamers that are feeling a little bit of the burnout, you'll be able to get a lot of clips on this course.
Yeah, there's a lot of short par 4s. There's a lot of eagle opportunities. There's kind of cool custom rock work with ivy on it too, where there's rocks that are like overhanging in play and you really kind of have to shape it around. It's not a meme course by any means, but it's unique. So I think it'll be a fun playthrough. I think we're going to see some low scores. There'll be a Love Scud score out there, 40 under or something like that. But, everyone has a chance to really go low and have a good time with this one. So big shout out to Caleb Randolph. I think this is his second one on the Red Fast review. I think he had something else as well. Yes. Valdivian Retreat Chile. Oh, yeah, the Chile course. A lot of people like that. There was a couple weird OB situations there. I didn't see any. I mean, I don't think I hit it OB. I mean, I never do really, right? So I try to avoid those. Yeah. But yeah, so I apologize if that's out there.
There's going to be
23 round one. Yeah. So Chewy shot at 23. Yeah. But sit back, enjoy it. Hopefully everyone has a good time with it this week. All right. Content creator of the week. We have modified this over the past few shows, so to speak, and we've broadened it out. Okay, we initially had a restriction on followers. We initially had a restriction, kind of wanted to be on the golf side, but really just kind of want to draw more eyes and attention to people that are consistently streaming, doing a good job, and some of our favorite ones. This week, we're gonna go with Dobie Diesel. Dobie has been with the community for quite some time now, and it's honestly a sin that he hasn't been the content creator of the week. Most of you guys will know him, so it's not going to come as too big a surprise. His link is in the chat. He does stream pretty much Monday through Friday, although it is golf season, so he's going to occasionally take some time off of that. Took like a week off because he wasn't feeling well lately, but he's really fired up, started streaming more and more, does a lot of golf. So you'll see tons of golf on there. He's been doing a bunch of Fortnite and has a bunch of good clips, and he is a heck of a golfer. Let's both real life and in game. Let's see here. I just had top set. Yeah, this one here.
A bit. This looks like it's going to come out left a little bit.
This was just this week on this course, the Mont de Gatone of the Red Fast Review Society. And his AC broke in 9-degree weather. Yeah, heels, exactly. Like he had a rough week, but he's out there grinding, usually 12 to 4:30.
That's for Kilbride. That is for Kilbride.
Thanks. This is for you,
the
Dobby.
LB.
The Red
that
Fast
is for
Review
you.
Returns it back. I was in there chatting with him. He was congratulating me on the newborn, so that's why he was dedicating that one. And then he also he had a couple really cool clips. I think. Oh my god, sorry. Clips. All yeah. This one.
I heard there's a power outage on Thursday in your area.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember Ocean Tombs?
So,
I wonder how OT's doing.
USN 200 biddies. Congrats.
Watch this.
Oh.
Oh,
watch
dude,
this.
This might be really nice.
Watch this.
Sorry if that was a little loud.
Always better when you're playing with your bros when something like that happens. That's awesome.
I forget this one, but based on the title, I want to see it.
I dunked the chip, baby.
Nicely done, Dobie. But he's not just a one-trick pony playing golf. This is actually alert on my stream when we ban someone. Good night.
Bitch.
Yeah, thank you, Dobie.
Bitch.
He plays a little Fortnite, plays a little MLB. He mixes it up quite a bit. Call of Duty, plays that. What else do we have here on the streaming rotation? How do I say the games? Recently streamed categories, just golf. So he's been golfing a lot more lately. It is golf season, so that makes sense. Playing some FIFA, but highly recommend checking out Mr. Dobie Diesel. We're going to probably see more and more people of the community.
Nice.
We really want to highlight streamers, regardless of your follower count, regardless of your category that you are streaming in, going forward. So this has been a really long podcast, hour 45 deep. Let's kind of wrap it up here. Ginger, what do you have going on? Are you planning on any streams? What do you have going on this week or this summer even?
I normally do a stream or two a week. baseball is what it is now. This podcast today has kind of got me a little itchy to maybe throw up some golf, but we'll see. I've had this PS5 controller since MLB came out, and I still haven't even connected it yet. Shout out to Hoodad. But so that maybe I'll do it. I'm actually taking a couple-day break from baseball. Just I think my eyes need a break from that game, the way you have to lock in for some of the difficulties. But I plan on streaming this weekend. If I get lucky, then I'll stream during the week. It's just the way that it is with the family during the week. It's going to be tough. But, really this summer, I have no plans to really get knee deep back into PGA until the new game comes out. But I do like to lurk streams. I normally catch like a lurk with, some of the names like Gamer Ability and some of you folks. But other than that, it's mostly baseball for me. So just enjoying some 2K. Not 2K.
Very cool.
MLB The Show. Sorry, I'm having whiskey for the first time in like 2 weeks. So love it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Bear, what do you get going on?
So this is going to be a crazy week. It's my last week before I get the month of July off. So I'm wrapping up a bunch of stuff with work. Here's a crazy thought. The second cub is turning 1 on Thursday.
Nice.
What?
Exactly. Like trying to think about like the whole podcast thing and like how quickly it moved. Like I can't believe she's 1 already. So we got
I feel
that.
like if your kid's a year old, then Kilbride's has to be like 6 months old. And I know that's not right, but that's
Well,
like in my
today.
mind. That's oh my gosh. Wow.
So, and it's 4th of July weekend. So, as far as streaming goes, I'm going to try and get like Wednesday and then maybe one more before the weekend. But I know we've got like 2 or 3 4th of July parties over the weekend. So, it's going to be a little up in the air with the stream schedule for me the first week. But, because I'm off the entire month of July, you're probably going to see me going live around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Eastern, a little bit more, since that'll be more of my free time. I'll be able to get the afternoon stream in and then chill in the afternoon.
Wait, are you going to
Very
travel
cool.
at all? Are you traveling? Bear? Are you
So
traveling?
I do have my conference to San Antonio.
When's that trip taking place?
I sent you the dates. It's like
Is
the
that still-
20th through the 22nd.
Are we still going to hang out, or are you still mad at me?
Yes. No. Why? When was I mad at you? Oh,
I don't know.
From the beginning of the show. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was super angry. I mean,
Can't
maybe
wait.
we could.
I hear he's in a lot of chats, so I mean, maybe you guys can
We
go
could
in a
just hang
chat
out,
together.
you know?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
go in the chat together. There you go. We're just going to
We
Discord.
can just
call.
text.
Yeah,
We just
there you go.
Yeah. What? It's like 30 minutes, right? Texas
Yeah.
is small.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell, I'd drive.
Kilbride.
All right, so I am back at work this week. Like I said, 60%. So but it is back to work. So that's going to be a grind with the child here. Wife taking a big load of the responsibility there. So going to try to support her as best as I can, and obviously,
What
the
has she
child.
done the first few weeks of this child?
I know.
Really, yeah.
So we'll see about getting a golf stream in there. I'd like to get one tomorrow night if all works out. Not putting any sort of timestamp on that, but want to keep continuing doing our plat rounds. I have recorded True Sim rounds. I've been posting that on YouTube. Been posting some TikToks as well. So I'll do my exclamation socials. So definitely look for me on YouTube. Definitely look for me on TikTok, and I will try to do any plat tour rounds on stream potentially tomorrow night. And hopefully you guys like the rebrand. I teased that last week, changed the colors up a little bit. I actually have to change it on here as well, but tried to make it a little bit more professional and uniform across the board. So we have a 4th of July party, as most do, this weekend. And we'll see. Tentatively, we're going to keep the episode 66 scheduled for Monday night, same time. But we'll work with everyone's schedules in the pod especially Moose and Rob's scheduling. Make sure we can get them.
Oh, they're still
for
part of
next
the
week.
pod? I thought I was full time now.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
that's
know,
fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine,
That's
yeah.
fine.
But
So,
yes,
another thing, we won't go into full detail, but and not that we're cutting people from the podcast, but Kilbride and I might be reaching out to a few people for a little side action. Is that like the most side project
Sure.
is the proper term? But
Yeah.
I like the idea that it's side action. We've got another idea in the works. So number one, don't panic and think like we're completely abandoning this. It's something we talked about and started a workshop, and we're like, this is a really cool idea that's going to be an off brand of the Red Fast review, but we just in probably 10 minutes of workshopping it, we loved it. So when we're reaching out, just be aware it's coming.
Yes. we'll keep it very what's the word? Vague for the time being, but we'll keep you guys posted when we know more. But for now, thank you everyone that's tuned in. This is probably our record long podcast. Bear could get you the notes on that.
Nope, not record long. 214 is.
Oh yes, the main one. Let's go say hello to Progressive Golf. Hopefully this raid command works. My raids and StreamerBot stuff I've been tinkering with lately. I think it's looking pretty nice right now. Nothing's crashing OBS. So he's playing his kinetic round. He's 17 under through 16